Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into ThinkPad Classic, the Lenovo ThinkPad X61s. This particular machine is special for two reasons. First, it's nearly 20 years old, released all the way back in 2007. And second, it's actually the weakest model in the entire X61 lineup. I picked mine up for just $25. It came bundled with Ultra Base X6 docking station, which had sports and even DVD drive. So I tore it down completely. I took off the palm rest, the keyboard, and even the heatsink and cleaned everything up. That's when I hit the first big problem, the fan. On boot, the laptop threw a fan error and made an awful grinding noise. To fix it, I removed the heatsink, cleaned off the thermal paste, applied fresh thermal paste to the CPU, which is soldered and can't be upgraded, lubricated the fan with glowing machine oil, and just like that, silence. The fan spun smoothly. They all disappeared and the machine finally booted normally and cooled up. Before moving on to hardware upgrades, I needed to unlock the machine's full potential. The stock Lenovo BIOS has frustrating limitations. It locks the SATA controller to SATA 1 speeds, button-making SSDs. It enforces the Wi-Fi card whitelist, blocking it for installing a non-Lenovo cards. And it limits RAM compatibility. And here, the Middleton BIOS comes in help. An unofficial community-made BIOS mod for the X61, T61, and R61. Flashing it completely transforms the laptop. You get SATA 2 support, so SSDs can finally run at proper speeds. The Wi-Fi whitelist is removed, allowing modern wireless cards, and the RAM support is expanded up to 8 gigs of DDR2 memory. Without Middleton BIOS, most of the upgrades wouldn't even make sense. With it, the X61s becomes a surprisingly flexible little machine. Once the BIOS was sorted, I moved on to the fun parts, the upgrade. The laptop came with 2 gigs of RAM. I ordered two 2 gig sticks from AliExpress and bumped it up to 4 gigs in total. It's possible to go up to 8 gigs, but 4 gigs was enough for me, and to be honest, DDR2 sticks are quite expensive nowadays. I replaced the original spinning hard drive with a SATA 2 SSD, thanks to the Middleton BIOS. It actually runs at full SATA 2 speeds. The performance difference was massive. The original card was slow and even got hot under use. With the whitelist removed, they swapped the card with a Wi-Fi 5 card, making the laptop much faster and more reliable on modern network. Cooling fixes. As I mentioned earlier, new thermal paste and fan lubrication brought the system back to life. The old battery was completely dead, so I bought a new one. Now it actually holds up a charge, just like back in 2007. Finally, I wiped Windows XP and installed the lightweight Linux distro. I chose Void because I really like it and I think it's very reliable distro. It boots quickly, runs smoothly, and makes the laptop usable in 2025. So how does it feel to use this laptop today? The keyboard is classic ThinkPad. Honestly, it's one of the best typing experiences you can get. Even compared to modern laptop, the trackpad still works perfectly. The 4:3 screen ratio is unique. It's not ideal for watching movies, but for reading, writing, and coding it's fantastic. With SSD and Linux, the system feels snappy enough for basic tasks. Writing scripts, coding, taking notes, and light posing. Of course, it's not powerful. Some of the websites feel heavy, video playback can stutter and be choppy, and multitasking has limits. But if you keep expectations realistic, it's more than usable. So at the end of the day, I took the weakest model of the ThinkPad X61 series, bought it for just $25 and brought it back to life. I cleaned it, fixed the fan, replaced thermal paste, flashed the Middleton BIOS, upgraded the RAM, installed an SSD, swapped the Wi-Fi card and added a new battery. Now it's a fully working laptop. It's quite stable and genuinely enjoyable to use. The ThinkPad X61s might have been the underdog in 2007, but with the right upgrades and even the weakest model, it still has life left to it nearly 2 decades later. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.